May every bigot find peace. May every conservative influencer who makes money trying to make us seem evil find peace.
Pronoun of the day is slugs.
Today, we've got to check in with our favorite TikTok star, non-binary influencer, Jeffrey Marsh, who's back with an uplifting message about connecting with your family and maintaining relationships even when you disagree and modeling respectful civil disagreement and dialogue. Yeah, just kidding. It's the opposite of that. Take a listen and jump scare warning.
Hi, listen.
If I have to.
If someone voted against your humanity,
Because everyone who disagrees with you doesn't respect your humanity. Give me a break, Jeffrey.
you're not going to go home and see them over Thanksgiving. You're not going to see them at Christmas.
Imagine using your platform as an influencer to try to break up families and cause division. Actually, you should be telling people to maintain their family relationships if they're healthy and just don't talk about politics if you can't disagree respectfully. But Jeffrey wants to spread misery with Jeffrey's platform. Also, I don't like to criticize people's looks, but what is going on with this mascara and the eyebrows? I am all about men wearing makeup. I really am. But Jeffrey could use a few tips.
Just because, listen to me, just because someone is genetically related to you does not mean they automatically get your time, attention, respect.
Now, this is true. I agree with this. You don't have to tolerate anything from anybody just because they're your blood and they're your family. But that distinction should be about how they treat you and how your relationship is, not about who they vote for every few years at the ballot box or their political opinions that you might disagree with. It should be about who they are as a person and how they treat others. That's what matters. So it is okay to distance yourself from flesh and blood family if they are toxic, if they are abusive, but not just because they have different opinions than you. That is intolerant, close-minded, and toxic.
And to be more specific, being genetically related to someone does not mean that they get your sacrifice of your respect for yourself.
So if your sense of respect for yourself is so fragile that being around somebody with different opinions undermines it, then I would actually suggest that you lack the confidence and the self-esteem to truly believe in yourself. And that's more the problem, not that other people have a different opinion. So for audio listeners, Jeffrey put text on screen that says, "Coach with me, I'll help." So Jeffrey is now trying to profit off of this Jeffrey operates a life coach business, of course, not really having any real qualifications to do that whatsoever. And I personally wouldn't want to take life advice from Jeffrey Marsh here, but that's just me. So not only are you using your platform as an influencer where you have hundreds of thousands of followers to try to break up people's families, you're also trying to profit off of it. How lovely. And it's not just this one video. Jeffrey has been doing a series about how to cut off your Trumpy family members.
Hi, this is a series about cutting off your Trumpy family members. Why do you need to be perfect? Why do you need to consider everyone's feelings and make sure everyone is okay in the situation and watch what you say and say it perfectly and say it right, while they get to say whatever?
So if that's the case, where there's like really double standards in your family for who's allowed to say what, who's allowed to speak in what way, that's a real issue. But it's not about political disagreement. That's about unfair treatment in the family and an uneven dynamic. And that's a real issue. But again, like, that really isn't about Trump versus Kamala voters. You're making this political when what you're describing is actually a toxic or unfair relationship dynamic, but not really about politics.
They get to be racist, mean,
Oh,
awful to you, not respect your boundaries. They get to say whatever, do whatever, never consider your feelings.
so if a family member is being racist or mean to you, that's a valid reason to distance yourself from them. But simply supporting Trump is not them being racist to you or being mean to you. Disagreement is not a form of discrimination or assault. And guess what? Woke family members are occasionally racist or homophobic or condescending or mean to people in the family who are right-wing and belong to any sort of minority group. And that's also bad. But again, it all comes back to how we treat each other, not our political views. And that is what's important. But Jeffrey is just conflating the two here, really, I think, revealing a closed-minded worldview that suggests everyone that disagrees with Jeffrey must be inherently racist, and that simply disagreeing with Jeffrey is somehow an act of discrimination in and of itself, because Jeffrey's wisdom is just so infinite.
Why do you need to be perfect? And they get to do and say whatever. Does that sound fair to you?
What is with these creepy pauses and just smiling into the camera darkly? Oh, my skin's crawling a little. Again, I come back to this point that Jeffrey has nearly 700,000 followers on TikTok, a very significant platform, and Jeffrey has decided to use it to try to break up families, to encourage people to go no contact with their parents, not just in situations where there's actual abuse happening, which I think can be totally warranted and fair, but just over disagreements or differences in voting. And again, that's so actually insane to me and offensive to me as somebody without a parent in their life. The idea that I would have cut off my dad if he was otherwise healthy and kind to me because he voted differently than me is so insane. And other people who are cutting off their parents over these dumb reasons, it makes me so mad, because those of us without them would love to have a parent in our life and could totally tolerate some civil disagreement on politics. I just can't believe it. And I personally know family members and extended family members who voted for Kamala or who voted for Trump, or some who, like me, voted third party, and nonetheless are wonderful people who I have healthy relationships with. And that's the way you should be operating, and the way that you should be encouraging others to operate, not using your platform to try to break up families. That's demented. Now, I will say Jeffrey gets a lot of hate that I don't necessarily support. Like in this video, Jeffrey responds to a comment telling Jeffrey to eat antifreeze. Take a listen.
May all beings find peace. May every bigot find peace. May every conservative influencer who makes money trying to make us seem evil find peace. May every person who tries to use internet comments to feel more powerful find peace. When I talk this way, people think I'm not being sincere, but I am being 100% sincere deep into my soul. May all beings find peace.
Oh my gosh. It's giving woke crackhead meditation session. Now, I don't support comments telling Jeffrey to self-harm, or even just nasty vitriol towards Jeffrey in general. Keep it constructive. Don't do that in my comments section. It just doesn't help anything to attack people personally, even when they are deeply flawed and suspect individuals like Jeffrey. However, I do find it ironic that Jeffrey talks about other people demonizing Jeffrey, which in this case, Jeffrey is referring to Jeffrey as part of like the trans community, even though Jeffrey's not actually trans, but whatever, that's an aside. And saying like, don't demonize us, don't hate us, just blah, blah, blah. Like that's what you're doing to half the country, Jeffrey, who disagrees with you. That is what you are doing. So I hope you, Jeffrey Marsh, find peace. And I mean that sincerely, because this thing that you're doing, that you're using your platform to advocate for the destruction of families, is one of the least peaceful and most toxic things I've seen on the internet lately. And that's saying something. But you guys let me know what you thought of these videos in the comments below. And do hit that like button to reward my suffering, because I swear when I watch these TikTok videos, I really do incinerate some of my brain cells. So the least you can do is reward me with a like.